Morning, chatting at Cheesman. Today, let's talk about Peter. So it's pretty famously known that there's times where Peter denies Jesus 3 times, right? And then the cock crows, right? But what about what happens after Jesus leaves and the Holy Spirit steps in? That's what I want to chat about today. So let's go back first to what happens when Peter denies Jesus. So the first person who asked Jesus about this is going to be a servant girl in the palace, someone who just holds the door. So what I see as a relevance there is that it's not a big deal to be like, yeah, that's my guy, right? She doesn't hold any power. There's not going to be any consequence to Peter, but he quickly denies Jesus without a heartbeat, like heartbreaking, but that's what he does. The next 2 times that he denies Jesus, he's with a few folks who were eyewitnesses to him being with Jesus, right? It's going to be one of the guards, and then it's going to be a guy that this is another story, but I'll tell it real quick. Peter cut off this guy's ear right in front of Jesus, and then Jesus grew the ear back. So he knows that you were the guy who cut off my ear, and then your friend grew it back, right? But when he asks him, he still denies it. So then what changes, right? We go through the crucifixion, Jesus leaves, and as promised, what comes upon Peter and all the other disciples is the Holy Spirit. And why does that make a difference? Because the Holy Spirit is many things to us. Our comforter, to be with us in times of need. Our counselor, to help advise us on which path to take, right? The Redeemer, to lift us up when we're broken, right? Our encourager. Our judge, to let us know when we are straying from the path, right? Our supporter, our everything to us. And how do we know that's the case? Because Peter shows us. Because I just said he denied Jesus 3 times to just a servant, that no consequences, a guard who had seen him, right? And a guy that he had personally inflicted injury to who knew that Peter was with Jesus. All of those, okay. But afterwards, right, when Jesus is gone, the high priests, right, the Sadducees, the Pharisees, they come to Peter, they come to John, they come to the guys as they're preaching about Jesus, and they say, hey, stop. Stop talking about that guy. Stop talking about what he's doing. And these guys, we're not talking about the girl holding the door. We're not talking about the guards who are just kind of sitting there. We're talking about power. We're talking about authority. We're talking about heads will roll. You will be in prison. Those you love. Consequences stacked high. And what does Peter do? No. I will talk about Jesus Christ because you who degraded him, he has become the cornerstone, what holds up the foundation of everything. And why? Why is it that Peter goes from being so easy to deny to nobodies, right? To nobodies. To then, in the face of power and authority, claiming the power of Jesus Christ, he was filled with the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, the Counselor, my best friend, the Holy Spirit. And that is how we can see the power of what happens when the Holy Spirit fills you and starts acting inside your life. Because my favorite verse, right, Acts 4:20, we cannot but speak of the things we have seen and heard. Happy Sunday.